This is The Voice of Land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Jay Banky. I thought with kind of things going on, because we know how much sports is important to us, but there are things that in life that are important to others that in sports isn't one of those. But we all know that to all of us, life is the most important thing. And I thought maybe some prayers and well wishes to start. And if we do this each week, we do it. If it's just this week, it is just this week. I think we should send some prayers and well wishes on behalf of the show to the people of Ukraine and even some of the people in Russia affected by the conflict going on over there. The civilians, some of the soldiers involved in the combat, people from Cleveland. There's a lot of Ukrainian descent here, and all of the politicians, the world leaders in NATO, things like that, who are having to kind of figure all this out and see how we can stop this from becoming a much bigger conflict and prevent any more casualties with some of the unfortunate ones. We send all our prayers and condolences to those who had to have suffer from loss in their family. I also want to make sure that we send prayers and well wishes, and unfortunately with condolences, to one of our friends, Dale Davidson. He is a content teammate over at ESPN Cleveland. Today lost his brother-in-law, and that's never an easy thing when you're dealing with loss in your family. And Peter, for us, and even in conjunction with VTL, LPV, CVC TV, Cleveland Crunch, continued condolences to our buddy Mike Allen's family. It was his birthday yesterday. I've been thinking about him a lot every single day, but especially, this weekend, kind of seeing that notification pop up, and at times it doesn't feel real still. One of the best cameramen out there and just best guys, and that's why at the end of the show, yes, again, sports is important to us, and that's why I say don't let anyone ever tell you it's just a game, because I'm trying to connect with the people that have been told that sports isn't something that can be an important thing in your life. It can be. The arts, drama, theater, that can be one of the most important things in your life. Politics, science, whatever it may be, you all have a choice for what is, what you feel is an important aspect of life, while we all know that life is the most important thing. But, for the sports fans that have been told it is just a game, and, that shouldn't be an important thing because life is more important. You can still understand life is the most important and have a love for sports, but also, at the end of the show, we started adding all gas, no brakes. And that is a mantra that, maybe Mike didn't start, but something he lived by, something he said all the time, and something that's to honor him in just maybe even the smallest way, something that I'm going to kind of take on and be a part of our process. Jay, any prayers or well wishes? I know it's kind of a solemn start to the show, but I think it's important to always recognize what is important and things going on outside of here.
I'd like to give thoughts and prayers also to Dale and his family. Me and Dale pretty much came up the exact same way. We're both callers to the RBS show, and he went to school for it. I'm doing a podcast. We just went different ways, but we've always been pretty good buddies throughout the way and supported each other. And to hear what happened to him is just heartbreaking. But on a lighter note, we'd like to also congratulate RBS on 15 years. Kevin, you're trying to get in the business, and Peter, if you last 15 years in this business, you're doing something right. And it's not easy to go 15 years and still be rated number one by Barrett, whatever.
Barrett
ranking.
Sports Media. Yep.
That means they're still going their best at it and getting better and better.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to them.
Audio or Peter?
Well, I didn't know Dale, but you hear something like that, and it's just tragic. But definitely my condolences out to Mike Allen's family. It's still weird because I still have voicemail from Mike on my phone. Mm-hmm. You get that notification that it's his birthday, and it's just and it hurts because what a lot of people don't understand, when we go out and we're filming the mm-hmm. sports, there's a certain knack that you have to be a cameraman doing sports.
Yep.
Because some people don't, it's hard to follow the ball in a lot of sports. Jacob helps me. He does the crunch games, and he does a really good job. He's good at following the ball. Mike was good at always following the ball, but Mike instinctively knew like when to get those other shots.
Yeah.
You know, like the two players like talking to each other after, you know, during a pause in the action, or to grab the fan reaction. And
Yeah.
he just instinctively knew those shots. And it probably was just from his love of sports.
Yep.
And watching sports that he kind of would just know what to, like, before I could even say, hey, get me the, you know, show me the cheerleaders, because they're, you know, it's a timeout, they're the cheerleader cheer. He'd be on it. He just like instinctively knew where to go. Miss him a lot. And it's a difficult thing. I think people think it's really easy. Like, people think doing radio or doing a show like this is easy.
Trust me. Last week I learned again, like, sitting in this seat's not like easy, but it's a lot easier than that seat.
Driving the bus is hard.
Hats off to you, Kevin.
So
It's not easy, man.
and of course, you know, my, you know, condolences and well wishes and thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Ukraine. Like I said before the show, we found out, like, I knew my family, part of my family was originally from that area, but, you know, kind of going into the maps, you could see like, oh yeah, it's a big chunk of like the western Ukraine is where like my dad's family originally came from. So it's just a terrible situation over there, and
If I say anything about that, it just,
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not going to get into the politics of any
right.
of this. Just
There's
right now, all I'd say is we all just need to unite together and not fight with each other right now, and just appreciate what we have here. Because look at
Yes.
what those people are going through right now. Like, I'm sitting in a nice, cozy studio with Kevin and audio here and just hanging out. Like,
Yep.
and these people are sitting in bomb shelters, don't know if they're going to die instantly.
right.
Yeah. And again, not getting into the politics of it, there's a lot of people suffering from all different angles with what's going on over there. And there's, you know, there could be implications that spread further, and we don't want that to happen.